every single person who ever came on my show, and I hear there's like 37,000 guests I've talked to. A lot of them came from dysfunction, and a lot of them wouldn't appear to be teachers, but every one of them had something to say that was meaningful and valuable and that I could use to grow myself into the best of myself, which is what all of our jobs are. Your number one job is to become more of yourself and to grow yourself into the best of yourself. And so I had a lot of great teachers, as we all do. I was doing an Oprah show about a decade ago. One of my greatest teachers was a man named John Diaz. We were doing a show called Would You Survive? And on Tuesday, October 31st in 2000, Singapore Airlines Flight 006, a Boeing 747 from Taipei to Los Angeles, took off with 179 souls aboard. 4 crew and 79 passengers perished in that flight, a total of 83 fatalities. There was a typhoon rolling through at the time, and the plane went down.
I was already strategizing.
What's interesting, John Diaz was on that plane, and he had
the age of 6, I figured out 6-year-olds couldn't dribble with their left hand.
Whispers that he shouldn't have
So
gotten
like
on
I was
the
playing
plane,
these 6-year-old
but he
kids,
did anyway.
I would
He
make
got on
them
the
dribble with
plane,
their left,
and he
because I knew they
managed
couldn't.
to
So
be one
they
of
dribble off their foot,
survivors.
pick it up,
And
lay it up.
on the Oprah show, I was asking
again,
him,
dribble
do
off
you
foot,
think
pick it
it
up,
was,
lay it
what do
up.
you think it
So at
was
6
that
years
you
old,
were
I had
one
63
of the
points.
survivors? And
I
I
just
said, do you
constantly
think it was
looked for
your position
things
on the
to
plane?
learn
Because
from
he was in first
and,
class and he was sitting on
very
the
observant.
right next to an exit door.
The passion
He
came
said,
from the
yes,
love
I
for the
think
game.
it might have been
You know,
the
I
position of
loved
the
everything
plane.
about it.
And also
Like
my
smell
quick
the ball,
thinking, he
to
said.
figure
The
out
fact that I
that you
didn't
can take
stop
advantage
moving.
of,
So I said,
right, certain
you
weaknesses
don't
that were
believe you're not a
exposed,
religious man? You don't
that you
believe
need to
that
shore
there
up.
was some kind of
Right, so it was
divine
exciting. I mean,
intervention going
sucks
on
to
there? He
lose,
goes, no,
right?
I'm
But
not
the
a
hardest
religious
thing is to
person.
face that
I don't
stuff.
believe I do not believe that it
That's
was
a
anything
really, really tough job.
divine. I don't believe
As
that.
athletes, the
I did
psychology,
see,
before you start a
he
game,
said,
how can you lock
as I got
in,
knocked
get into that
back into the
mental
plane,
space
that
where
it
nothing
looked
else
like
matters? You're completely
Dante's
locked in and
Inferno.
focused on what you're
The
trying to do.
people
Place on the floor where I can knock down
into
a shot
their
to get to the
seats
basket.
and just
So
burning.
it's all that
And
pre-work.
it seemed a bit to me,
Well,
as
man,
I
here's
turned
my
and
practice
looked
was
backwards,
not
like
from just
there
the
was
standpoint that I
light
enjoyed.
Were you
coming
always
out of
competitive
the
from
tops
the
of their
day you were
heads.
born? You were super
I guess you
competitive.
could call it an aura was
Competitive
leaving
with
their
things that
bodies.
I
And some lights
participate
were
in.
brighter
So
than
I'll put it to you
others.
this way. So like,
It changed,
basketball
he
for
said.
me
It changed me.
was
It gave
the
me a
most
new
important
kind of
thing.
spirituality, in a sense,
So everything I
that I
saw,
now believe
whether it was
somehow,
TV shows,
I
whether it
don't
was
know
books
how,
I read,
but life
people I
continues
talked
on
to,
somehow.
everything was
through that
done to
light.
try to learn
And I
how to
thought,
become a better
I'm not a
basketball
religious
player.
man,
Everything.
but I
Everything.
thought
And so when you
the
have that
brightness
point of view,
and dimness
then
of
literally
auras
the world
were how
becomes
one
your
lives
library
one's
to
life,
help you to
so
become
to
better
speak.
at your craft.
So that's one of the major
My
competitiveness
competitiveness inside was like, I'm gonna do something in the next 20 years that is better than these last 20.
My aura.
So
when
at
it
13 years
leaves,
old, I had
is one of the
a
brightest ones.
I had a
I got
kill
chills
list.
when he said that. How
And
does
so,
one
they used to do these
lead
rankings,
a
it was Street and
meaningful
Smith
life?
basketball rankings.
Because ultimately,
And
isn't
I was
that
nowhere
what
to
we
be
all
found
want?
because I was like
We want
6'4",
to
scrawny,
lead a
like
life
160
so
pounds
that
soaking wet.
however we
So
transition,
I was like
people can
57
say,
on
wow,
the list.
that was
And
a
so I
bright
will look
light.
at 56,
That was a bright
55,
light.
all the way up to number
First of
one,
all,
who these
I
players are,
think that it comes
what
from
club
a
teams they
deep
played for.
sense
So
of
when we go on an
awareness
AAU travel
about
circuit,
who you are
I got to hunt them
and why
down,
you're here.
right? And
It
so
comes
that
from
became
being
my
in
mission in
touch
high
with,
school,
on a
is to
regular
check off
basis,
every other
the
person, all
appreciation
those 56
and
other
the
names,
holy
hunt them down and knock them down.
that
So
should
when we played
fill
at 13,
each
I
of
would
our
size you up
hearts
and see
on a
what your
regular
strengths and
basis,
weaknesses are.
just
How do you
knowing
approach the
what a
game? Are you silly
privilege
about it? Are you
is
goofy
to
about
be
it? Are you
here
good at it just
and to
because
be
you're bigger
human.
and stronger than everybody
To me,
else?
successful
Right? Or
is
is there
getting to the
actually
point
thought
where you
and
are
skill that you put
absolutely
into it?
comfortable with
Right? And
yourself.
when I'd play
It
to
does
my
not
weaknesses.
matter how many things you
I
have
wouldn't play to my
acquired.
strengths. I played to my
The
weaknesses.
ability to learn
Because
to
when you're
say
playing
no
summer
and not
basketball,
to
there's
feel
so many
guilty about
games.
it, to me,
So there's
is
not a
about
lot
the
of skill
greatest
work being
success I
done.
have
So when are you
achieved.
going to get
The
better?
fact that I have, in
I
the
was
public
working on the
side
things
done
during those
whatever,
games that I was weak
it's all a
at.
part of a
Left
process
hand,
for growing for
pull up
me.
jump shot,
But to me, to have
post game.
the kind
Right?
of
So I have a
internal
strategy.
strength and internal courage it
How
takes
did
to
you
say,
get
no,
mentally
I will not let
and
you treat me
emotionally
this
so
way,
strong
is what
where
success
it
is all
doesn't
about.
bother you?
It's the same thing that prevents
you
you
got to
from
look
being
at the
abused as a
reality of the
child, that
situation.
prevents you
You
from
know,
being
like for
abused
me,
as an
it's not,
adult,
you
that
kind
allows
of
you
got
to
to
build
get over
success for
yourself.
yourself. I will not be
Right?
treated
Face
this way.
it.
I demand
And not to say you'll
only
win the
the
next
best for
time, okay?
myself.
But at least you'll
All
give
the
yourself a
mistakes
better
I've made in my
chance.
life,
Yeah.
I've made
It's an
because I was trying to please
obsessiveness
other people.
that comes along with
Every
it. You
one of them.
want
There's
things to
not
be as
one that I
perfect as
made
they
because I
can be.
did something because
Understanding that
I
nothing is
really
ever
wanted to
perfect.
do this for myself.
But the
Every
challenge is try
mistake
to
I've
get them
ever
as
made
perfect as they
is because I
can
went
be.
outside of
And what can
myself
you do? It's
to do
in your
something for somebody
control.
else that I should not.
So control what you
Please
can.
them. Just
How
for
did you
the
develop
purpose of
that?
pleasing
Things I
them.
would do is
You are
while
worthy
everybody
to
would be
say
at the
no. That
cafeteria
it's
work,
okay if you
eating
say
and doing
no.
this other stuff.
It's
I just go
okay
back
if
to
you
the
say
desk.
no and then
And so
people
that
don't
was my
like
way
you.
of
That's
showing
really
them,
okay. The important thing
yeah, it may
is
be
how you
from the
feel about
suburbs,
what you're
but
doing,
you're
how
not
you
going to
feel
outwork
about
me.
yourself. It's a long
I see a lot
struggle,
of
though.
players
And I'm just
take
hoping that,
vacations
in
with
the
other
work that
players
I
that are
do on the
close
show
friends,
and the
or just take
speaking that I do around
vacations
the
just to take
country, and
vacations, or
that
just hang
young
out
people who
just
are
to hang
watching
out. Like
this can
I'm not,
get the
I
lesson
never
sooner
did
than I
that.
did. Because it's
Why
painful,
not
because you
though?
keep repeating
Why
it over
didn't
and
you do
over and
that?
over
Well,
until you
because when
get
I
it right. And
retire,
what
I
I
didn't want to
found
have
is
to
that
say,
every time you have to repeat
I
the
wish
lesson,
I
it
would
gets
have done
worse.
more.
Because
I don't
I
want
call it
that.
God trying to get
I
your
played
attention, the
games with the
universe trying to
flu.
get
I
your
played
attention.
games
So
with
if you didn't get your
102
attention the
degree
first
fever,
time,
man.
we're going to have to hit you a little
We had a
harder
game
this
against
time. So
Toronto
I'm still doing it. I'm
in
still learning. I say this.
2000,
I say many times. I say
and
the
Vince was
universe is always
tearing the
trying to
league
get your
up.
attention. I use
My
universe and
back
God
was
interchangeably.
jacked,
It's trying to get your attention,
jacked.
and
So I would be in
sometimes
the layup line
it
like,
starts
okay,
out.
there's a
Any
lot of
major
days
problem you
where,
encounter,
you can
it
rest and
always
recover.
started out as a
Today ain't
whisper.
one of them.
By the
Your back
time it
can
gets to
bother
be a
you any other
storm,
day.
you
That
had
ain't bothering me today.
had a
He
pebble
gonna have to
knocked
see me
upside the
today.
head, you had a brick, you
I had
had a
a
brick
summer where I
wall, you
played
had the house
basketball
to
when I
fall
was
down,
like
and
10,
before you
11
know
years
it,
old.
you're in the eye of
And
the
here I
storm.
come
But long before you're in
playing,
the
and I
eye
don't
of the
score
storm,
1 point
you've had
the
many
entire summer.
warnings,
Not a
like little
free throw,
clues.
not a
So
nothing, not a
now my
lucky
goal in
shot, not a
life
breakaway
is to
layup,
not to
0
have to hit the
points.
eye of
And
the storm,
I remember
is
crying
to
about
is
it
to
and being
catch it
upset
in a
about it.
whisper,
My father just
to
gave me
get
a
it the
hug and
first
said,
time.
listen,
And getting
whether you
it comes from
score 0 or
understanding
score 60,
I think the one thing that has allowed me to certainly achieve both material success and spiritual success is the ability to listen to my instinct. I call it my inner voice. It doesn't matter what you call it, nature, instinct, higher power, but the ability to understand the difference between what your heart is saying, what your head is saying. I now always go with the heart, even when my head is saying, oh, but this is the rational thing. This is really what you should do. I always go with that little feeling, the feeling. I am where I am today because I have allowed myself to listen to my feelings. I feel that luck is preparation meeting opportunity. One of the biggest lessons I've learned recently is that when you don't know what to do, you should do nothing until you figure out what to do. Because a lot of times you feel like you're pressed against the wall and you've got to make a decision. You never have to do anything. No, don't know what to do. Do nothing. I wait. And that has been a big lesson, to be willing to be still with myself and trust myself and my higher power to help me make the right decision and to not feel pressured. See, I think, we create stress for ourselves because you feel like you have to do what other people, you have to do it. You have to. I don't feel that anymore.